The Silent Guardian. Captain Amara Singh stood at the observation deck of the UNSS Mercy's Light, watching the stars streak by in ribbons of blue light. The massive hospital ship, nearly 3 kilometers long, represented humanity's dedication to healing across the galaxy. Its sleek white hull bore the ancient symbol of medicine, a red cross visible from distances that would make most ships appear as mere specks. "Captain, we're receiving an emergency transmission." Lieutenant Jackson's voice came through the ship's comm system. "Mining colony on Proxima Vitae. They're reporting multiple casualties from a containment breach." Singh straightened her white medical uniform, already calculating the fastest route. "How many injured?" "Initial reports indicate 73 casualties, 28 critical. Alert all medical teams. I want operating theaters 1 through 12 prepped immediately." She paused, considering the planet's unique atmospheric composition, "and tell Dr. Pidal to prepare the specialized atmospheric treatment chambers." The Mercy's Light was humanity's newest and most advanced hospital ship. Within its vast halls, it housed medical technology capable of treating any known species in explored space. The ship's motto, displayed in multiple languages near the main reception area, read simply, "All who suffer will find sanctuary here." In the primary medical bay, Dr. Rashid Kumar reviewed the incoming patient data on his holographic display. 30 years of space medicine had taught him that preparation could mean the difference between life and death. "Teams Alpha through Delta prepare for multiple trauma scenarios," he announced over the medical channel. "These are minors. Expect complex injuries and potential radiation exposure." The ship's AI, named Florence after the famous nurse, coordinated the massive operation with quiet efficiency. "ETA to Proxima Vitae. 37 minutes, it announced throughout the vessel. The Mercy's Light had treated over 100,000 patients in its first 2 years of service. Its corridors had seen beings from hundreds of worlds, each with their own unique biology and cultural needs. The ship's diplomatic officer, Kai Tanaka, studied the mining colony's cultural database, ensuring their medical procedures wouldn't violate any local customs or beliefs. As they approached Proxima Vitae, the ship's massive engines began to slow. The vessel's shadow fell across the mining colony's main facility, its emergency lights casting a soft, reassuring red glow. Other ships in the vicinity moved aside, respecting the hospital ship's priority status. That's when the first anomaly appeared. "Captain." Lieutenant Jackson's voice carried an edge of concern. "I'm detecting unusual energy signatures approaching from the system's outer belt." Before Singh could respond, 3 vessels emerged from behind Proxima Vitae's largest moon. They were unlike anything in known space. Their hulls seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it, making them appear as moving voids against the star field. "This is Captain Singh of the UNSS Mercy's Light." She broadcast on all frequencies. "We are a medical vessel responding to an emergency. Please clear the area." The response came in a language the ship's computers took several seconds to translate. "We know exactly what you are." The first shot struck the Mercy's Light's port side, sending shockwaves through the massive vessel. The ship had no weapons, no military-grade shields. They were forbidden on hospital ships by the Galactic Accords. "All medical teams, secure your patients." Singh's voice remained steady despite the situation. "Initiate emergency protocols." In the medical bay, Dr. Kumar and his team rushed to protect their existing patients as the ship shuddered under another impact. The attackers were targeting their engines, trying to disable rather than destroy. "Captain." Florence's calm voice cut through the chaos. "They are attempting to breach the hull near the primary medical storage facility." Singh's jaw tightened. These weren't random pirates. They knew exactly where to strike. As she watched the enemy ships maneuver with practiced precision, she realized this attack was too well planned to be opportunistic. She reached for the quantum communicator, the device that would send an instant message to Earth Command. In 300 years of space exploration, no one had ever dared to attack a human hospital ship. This wasn't just an assault on the Mercy's light. It was an attack on everything humanity stood for. As she activated the emergency beacon, Singh spoke the words that would change the galaxy forever. Earth Command, this is UNSS Mercy's light. We are under attack. They're targeting medical supplies and patients. They must have known we'd be here. This was a trap. The message streaked across space, carrying with it humanity's last moments of perceived weakness. The attackers thought they had chosen an easy target, a defenseless hospital ship filled with doctors and patients. They were about to learn why humanity's hospital ships traveled alone in the most dangerous parts of space. Not because they were vulnerable, but because what protected them was far more terrifying than any escort fleet. Echoes of betrayal. The quantum communication reached Earth at 3:47 hours Universal Time. In the depths of the United Earth Defense Command beneath the Pacific Ocean, Admiral Isabella Torres watched the holographic replay of the Mercy's light's final transmission for the third time. Her weathered face remained impassive, but her hands gripped the edge of the tactical display until her knuckles turned white. Analysis confirms, Admiral, Commander Reza Dalir reported, his voice tight. The attackers knew the Mercy's light's response protocols. They staged the emergency call from the mining colony specifically to draw them in. Torres straightened, her dark eyes reflecting the holographic display of the hospital ship's last known coordinates. How many patients were aboard? 217, sir, including 43 critical cases from the Centauri refugee crisis. The Admiral's silence spoke volumes. In the 3 centuries since humanity had reached the stars, they had maintained one absolute rule. Hospital ships were sacrosanct. It wasn't just tradition or international law. It was a fundamental principle that defined human civilization. They had built their reputation in the galaxy not through military might, but through healing. Contact the Security Council, Torres ordered. Priority Black. Authorization Torres 77 Alpha. Throughout the command center, officers exchanged glances. Priority Black hadn't been used since the founding of the United Earth government. In the secure vault beneath Torres's office, systems that had laid dormant for centuries began to power up. The Security Council chamber in Geneva filled within 30 minutes. Representatives from every spacefaring nation sat in stunned silence as they watched the full attack footage. The Mercy's light's internal cameras had captured everything. Medical staff using their own bodies to shield patients, doctors continuing to perform surgery even as the ship shuddered under impact, Captain Singh's final message. The vote must be unanimous. Council President Yoshida stated, his usually diplomatic tone replaced by cold certainty. We all know what this means. For the first time in United Earth history, there was no debate, no political maneuvering, no abstentions. The vote was unanimous. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, Admiral Torres entered a series of commands into her secure terminal. Throughout the solar system, hidden installations began to wake. In the asteroid belt, entire rocks split apart, revealing shipyards that officially didn't exist. Beneath the ice of Europa, quantum computers processed combat calculations that hadn't been needed for centuries. How long until the Guardian fleet is ready? President Yoshida asked over the secure channel. First wave will be operational in 6 hours, Torres replied. Full deployment in 18. We're bringing out everything. The Guardian fleet was humanity's best-kept secret. While the rest of the galaxy saw Earth building hospital ships and research vessels, they had also been constructing something else. Not warships in the traditional sense. Humanity had evolved beyond such crude concepts. These were vessels designed with a single purpose, to protect those who heal. In a hidden facility on Mars, Dr. James O'Neill, one of Earth's leading xenobiologists, supervised the loading of advanced medical equipment onto what appeared to be a standard hospital ship. But the UNSS Nightingale was anything but standard. Its hull, appearing to be simple white medical-grade alloy, contained metamaterials that could absorb any known form of energy attack. Its medical bays were armored, its life support systems triply redundant. All ships, this is Admiral Torres. Her voice reached every hidden facility, every secret dock. Implementation of the Sentinel Protocol is now authorized. I repeat, Sentinel Protocol is active. The Sentinel Protocol had been created in the early days of human space exploration. It was built on a simple premise. Humanity would always choose peace first, would always extend a helping hand to those in need. But if someone mistook that choice for weakness, if they dared to attack those who dedicated their lives to healing others, they would face the full technological might of a civilization that had spent centuries preparing for this possibility. In orbit around Jupiter, ships began to emerge from their hiding places in the gas giant's radiation belts. Each vessel bore the name of a famous hospital ship from Earth's history: Comfort, Solace, Haven. But these ships carried more than medical supplies. They represented the perfect fusion of humanity's dual nature, the desire to heal and the ability to protect those who heal at any cost. Send the message, Torres ordered. All frequencies, all known languages. Throughout known space, communication devices received the transmission. To those who attacked the UNSS Mercy's Light, you have committed an act that humanity cannot and will not forgive. You didn't just attack a ship. You didn't just attack our people. You attacked healers, those who have devoted their lives to saving others. In doing so, you have awakened something that has slept for 300 years. You will learn why Earth's hospital ships travel unescorted. You will learn why humanity chose peace, not because we had to, but because we wanted to. And you will learn what happens when someone mistakes that choice for weakness. As the message played, the Guardian fleet began to move. These ships had never been revealed to the public, never been shown to alien civilizations. They were humanity's insurance policy, built with technology that had been developed in secret, while the rest of the galaxy watched Earth launch hospital ship after hospital ship. The hunters were about to discover they had attacked the wrong prey. The hunt begins. The UNSS Nightingale dropped out of quantum space at the edge of the Proxima system, its hull absorbing all sensor scans like a black hole consuming light. Admiral Torres stood on the bridge, watching as real-time data streamed in from quantum probes scattered throughout the sector. Behind the Nightingale, 12 more ships of the Guardian fleet emerged from quantum space in perfect formation, their presence unknown to any conventional detection systems. Analysis of the attack site complete, reported Lieutenant Commander Nadia Volkov, her fingers dancing over the quantum-encrypted tactical display. The attackers used Vertex-class ships, but heavily modified. Energy signatures suggest outer rim technology, but the attack patterns... She paused, frowning. They're too precise, too coordinated for typical pirates. Torres nodded, her expression grim. The Guardian fleet had spent centuries gathering intelligence while appearing to be nothing more than a peaceful spacefaring civilization. They knew every pirate band, every criminal organization in known space. This was something different. Show me the attack pattern analysis, Torres ordered. The holographic display shifted, showing the precise movements of the enemy ships during their assault on the Mercy's Light. They knew exactly where to hit. The medical storage, the quarantine zones, the critical care units. This wasn't random. In the ship's advanced medical bay, Dr. O'Neill worked with his team, treating survivors they'd managed to rescue from the Mercy's Light's escape pods. But unlike the standard medical bays of civilian hospital ships, this one was different. Between treating patients, the medical staff analyzed every detail of the attackers' weapons' effects on the victims. Admiral, O'Neill's voice came through the secure channel. We found something in the wound patterns, the weapons they used. They're specifically designed to penetrate medical-grade shielding. These weren't opportunistic pirates. They've been planning this, developing weapons specifically to attack hospital ships. Torres felt her blood run cold. Send all data to Tactical. Lieutenant Commander Volkov, cross-reference with all known weapons developments in the past decade. The quantum computers processed the information in milliseconds. The results painted a disturbing picture. Someone had been systematically studying Earth's hospital ships, learning their defenses, developing ways to counter them. But they had made one critical mistake. They assumed the hospital ship's defenses were the best technology humanity possessed. "Multiple targets detected," announced the sensor officer. 3 vessels matching the attack signatures, heading toward the Arcturus trading routes. "They're going after another medical transport," Volkov added, her voice tight with controlled anger. Torres allowed herself a small, grim smile. "They still think they're the hunters." Battle Group Alpha, maintain quantum silence. Battle Groups Beta and Gamma, prepare for Phase 2. Let's show them how humanity protects its healers. The Guardian fleet moved like shadows through space, their advanced drives leaving no trace in normal spacetime. The attackers had centuries of human technological development to catch up on, all at once. In the ship's tactical center, Volkov coordinated with the fleet's AI systems. The quantum entanglement network allowed them to share targeting data and tactical plans instantly, without any detectable communications. The attackers wouldn't know they were under observation until it was too late. "Enemy vessels approaching the medical transport Dawn's Hope," reported the tactical officer. "They're following the same attack pattern." Torres straightened in her command chair. "All ships, execute Operation Hippocrates." The Guardian fleet's response was precisely choreographed. As the attackers moved to surround the medical transport, quantum space rippled. The Nightingale and its sister ships emerged from supposedly impossible vectors, their advanced technology finally revealed. "This is Admiral Isabella Torres of the United Earth Guardian Fleet," her voice cut through all frequencies. "Impossible to jam or ignore. You attacked our hospital ship. You killed our healers. You threatened our patients. Now you face judgment." The attackers' ships tried to scatter, but found themselves caught in quantum-locked fields that hadn't existed in known space until this moment. Their weapons, designed to penetrate medical ship defenses, bounced harmlessly off the Guardian fleet's advanced shielding. "Multiple quantum signatures detected," Volkov reported, a note of satisfaction in her voice. "We're picking up similar energy readings from 17 different locations across 3 sectors. They have a network, Admiral. These aren't isolated attacks." "Good," Torres replied, her voice steel. "That means we can end this all at once. Prepare quantum coordinates for simultaneous strike on all locations. It's time to show them why humanity's hospital ships fly unescorted." The Guardian fleet's true capabilities were finally unleashed. Ships that appeared to be normal size from the outside deployed weapon systems from quantum-folded space. Defense systems that had been theoretically impossible according to known physics activated, protecting not just the fleet but the civilian medical transport as well. "Enemy vessels attempting to transmit warning signals," reported the communications officer. Torres shook her head. "Let them transmit. Let their entire network know what's coming. They thought they could prey on healers and face no consequences. They're about to learn why humanity chose peace, not because we couldn't fight, but because we were so good at it that we decided to heal instead." Wolves in the dark. The quantum map display aboard the Nightingale showed 17 red points of light spread across known space, each representing a base or staging area used by the attackers. Admiral Torres studied the pattern, seeing not just locations but the strategy behind them. These weren't random positions. They formed a web around major medical evacuation routes. "Status of the captured vessels?" Torres asked, her eyes not leaving the display. 3 ships secured, Admiral," Commander Delir reported. "Their crews are in medical custody. Dr. O'Neill reports they're being treated for various injuries sustained during the engagement." Torres nodded. Even now, facing those who had attacked their healers, humanity maintained its principles. The captured crews would receive the same level of medical care as any other patient. It wasn't weakness. It was a demonstration of strength. In the medical bay, Dr. O'Neill worked on one of the captured attackers, a being with gray-scaled skin and bioluminescent markings. "Their biology is fascinating," he reported over the secure channel. "Advanced genetic engineering. designed for low-light environments. They're literally built for striking from shadows. Any indication of who they're working for? Torres asked. Better than that, O'Neill replied. We found quantum-encoded data crystals in their bloodstream. Someone went to extraordinary lengths to keep their involvement hidden. The Guardian fleet's quantum computers began decoding the crystals, revealing layers of conspiracy that stretched back decades. The attackers were proxies, created and funded by a coalition of species who feared humanity's growing influence in the galaxy, not through military might or economic power, but through healing. Multiple quantum signatures detected, Lieutenant Commander Volkov announced. They're trying to evacuate their bases. Torres allowed herself a grim smile. Execute Operation Asclepius. Throughout known space, the Guardian fleet's true capabilities were revealed. Ships that had remained hidden in quantum space emerged, their advanced technology making them appear as though they were stepping out of nothing. Each vessel positioned itself with surgical precision, cutting off every escape route. This is Admiral Torres to all hostile installations. Her voice carried across quantum-encrypted channels that couldn't be jammed. We've mapped your entire network. We know who you are, who created you, who funds you. Surrender now, and you'll receive full medical treatment and a fair trial under galactic law. In the tactical center, Volkov coordinated the fleet's movements through the quantum entanglement network. The attackers had spent years studying Earth's hospital ships, but they had never imagined what humanity had kept hidden. Each Guardian vessel carried medical facilities that rivaled civilian hospital ships, but also housed weapon systems that redefined what was possible in space combat. Sir, Deleu's voice carried an edge of concern. Base 7 is powering up what appears to be a dimensional warhead. They're threatening to detonate it if we approach. Torres's expression hardened. Show me the base's life sign readings. The display shifted, showing hundreds of biosignatures, not just combatants. There were civilians there, likely hostages taken during previous raids on medical transports. Deploy the Nightingale's quantum shield, Torres ordered. Extend it to cover the entire base. Show them what happens when you force healers to become warriors. The Nightingale's advanced systems activated, generating a field that existed partially outside normal spacetime. The dimensional warhead's energy was harmlessly dispersed into quantum space, leaving the base and its occupants unharmed. All hostile bases contained, Volkov reported. Their weapons are ineffective against our quantum shields. We can begin evacuation of any civilians. Torres nodded. Deploy medical teams first. I want every injured person treated, regardless of which side they're on. Show them the difference between having power and knowing how to use it responsibly. The Guardian fleet's medical boats launched, each one a testament to humanity's dual nature. They could have built warships that would have dominated the galaxy. Instead, they had created vessels that could both heal and protect, guided by the principle that true strength lay not in the ability to destroy, but in the choice to preserve life. Admiral, O'Neill's voice came through again. We've finished analyzing their medical data. These beings, they were specifically engineered for this mission. Someone created an entire species just to attack hospital ships. Torres's jaw tightened. The conspiracy was deeper than they'd imagined. Someone had spent decades preparing for this, creating tools for a single purpose, to stop humanity's healing influence from spreading through the galaxy. Record everything, she ordered. Every piece of evidence, every quantum signature, every genetic marker. When we're done here, we're going to find who really orchestrated this attack, and we're going to show them why threatening healers was the worst mistake they could have made. The Guardian fleet moved with precision that demonstrated centuries of preparation. Each base was systematically contained, its occupants evacuated and treated, its secrets uncovered. They weren't just winning a battle, they were sending a message to the galaxy. Humanity's dedication to healing wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a choice made by a civilization powerful enough to destroy, but wise enough to heal instead. Dawn of understanding. The quantum-coded data recovered from the 17 bases painted a picture that changed everything. Admiral Torres stood before the United Earth Security Council, her holographic form projected into the chambers beneath Geneva. The evidence spread out before them in complex quantum matrices that told a story 3 decades in the making. The attacks on our hospital ships weren't meant to stop us from healing, Torres explained, her voice carrying the weight of discovery. They were meant to force us to reveal the Guardian fleet. Someone wanted to prove that humanity's peaceful appearance was a lie. President Yoshida leaned forward, studying the data streams. They engineered an entire species, sacrificed countless lives, just to expose us. Not to expose us, Torres corrected. To understand us. Every attack was designed to test our responses, to learn our limits. The hospital ships were chosen because they knew we couldn't ignore attacks on healers. In the medical bay of the Nightingale, Dr. O'Neill made a breakthrough that changed the context of everything. The genetic engineering of the attackers hadn't just been about creating efficient soldiers. Their DNA contained quantum-encoded messages, their very existence a test of humanity's principles. Admiral. O'Neill's voice carried across the quantum link. These beings were created to be saved. Their genetic structure is degrading. They were designed to die unless they received advanced medical care, the kind only Earth's hospital ships could provide. Understanding dawned across the council chamber. It wasn't just an attack. It was a test of humanity's commitment to its principles. Would they still heal those who had hurt them? Would they maintain their ethical standards even in the face of deliberate provocation? Incoming transmission, Lieutenant Commander Volkov announced. It's being broadcast from somewhere outside normal space. The holographic display shifted, revealing a form that seemed to exist in multiple dimensions at once. The being spoke in a language that resonated on quantum frequencies, but its message was clear. You have passed the test, children of Earth. The entity identified itself as a guardian, part of an ancient species that tested emerging civilizations. Humanity's response to the hospital ship attacks had proven something unique in the galaxy's history. Many species choose to fight, the Guardian explained. Others choose to heal. You are the first we have encountered who mastered both yet chose healing as your primary path forward. Not from weakness, but from wisdom. Torres stood straight, her voice firm. You killed innocent people, attacked healers, created beings designed to suffer, all for a test. To prepare you, the Guardian corrected. There are threats coming to this galaxy. It will require both the healer and the warrior. We needed to know if humanity could be both without losing itself to either path. The quantum computers displayed new data, threats from beyond the galaxy's edge, civilizations that had chosen destruction over creation. Humanity's unique balance of power and compassion would be needed in the coming darkness. The beings you created, Torres challenged, the ones designed to die without treatment. What happens to them? That depends on you, the Guardian replied. Will you heal those created to hurt you? Will you save those designed to be your enemies? In the Nightingale's medical bay, Dr. O'Neill was already working on a cure for the engineered degradation. The Guardian fleet's advanced medical facilities were being converted to treat not just the attackers, but their entire species. We'll save them, Torres declared, not because it's a test, but because that's who we are. We'll heal them, teach them, give them a chance to choose their own path forward. That's the real strength of humanity, not our hidden fleets or quantum technology, but our ability to heal even those who tried to harm us. The Guardian's form shifted, showing approval in ways that transcended normal space. Then you are ready for what comes next. The galaxy needs healers who can defend and warriors who can cure. Humanity will lead the way. As the Guardian's presence faded, Torres turned to the Council. We maintain our course, she stated firmly. We keep building hospital ships. We keep healing anyone who needs help. But now we do it knowing we're preparing for something larger. Throughout known space, the Guardian fleet began to change. Their quantum technology was integrated into new hospital ships, creating vessels that could both heal and defend. The attackers, cured of their engineered degradation, were given the choice to join Earth's medical services, turning those created for destruction into agents of healing. The galaxy watched as humanity revealed not its military might, but its ability to face aggression with compassion, to meet hatred with healing. The hospital ships continued to fly, now known to be protected by something far more powerful than weapons. They were protected by a civilization that had mastered the art of healing without losing its ability to fight. And in the vast darkness between the stars, other civilizations looked on, learning a crucial lesson. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't in its hidden fleets or advanced technology. It was in its choice, made again and again, to heal rather than harm, to save rather than destroy. It was a choice made not from weakness, but from the kind of strength that could face the darkness without becoming part of it. The UNSS Mercy's light was rebuilt, larger and more advanced than before. But now it carried something more than medical supplies and healing technology. It carried the promise that humanity's compassion wasn't naive optimism. It was a choice made by a civilization powerful enough to destroy galaxies, yet wise enough to dedicate itself to saving lives instead.